Alright, so back again, welcome to Song Tier List Part 2. But before we get into that, if you're going to buy anything from this game today, make sure you get it from rocketprices.com. Their link's in the description. You can pretty much get anything you want from this place that's in or has been in this game for a cheaper price that you find elsewhere or from the game itself. Made it even cheaper with a 6% off code JET at checkout. So we've already done one of these before. Those that have been in the channel for a while will know that. It is obviously a tier list of all the songs that are on Rocket League, and we started off, I think we did this last one just midway through Season 2, so all the songs before midway Season 2 would be in the previous ones. If you're missing songs from here that you're looking for, go back to the previous one. It would have been released sometime about March in 2021, so about 2 years ago now the last video was released, and that means there's about 100 more songs here you've got to go through since the release of Season 2, obviously now in Season 10, so it's going to be interesting. See which ones obviously we disagree on. Just a disclaimer before we start, obviously it is very much opinionated this, so don't take the piss with your comments. I understand a lot of you will hate the ones that I like and not vice versa, but it's all just opinions, and I'm happy to debate them, and I'll give a brief explanation of why I put them where they are in the video, of course. But as you can see, here is our tier list set up in 5 different categories: elite, good, average, poor and skip. Obviously, well, quite self-explanatory, especially the skip one. When it comes on, I want to skip the fucking thing. But yeah, there is going to be multiple songs that are going to be on here. We got all the recent playlists, the ones that have just been released, all sorts of stuff like that. Anything, as I said before, Season 2 will not be on here. There's also some that were released in Season 2 that I did in the previous one as well, because I did it midway through. So just a disclaimer for those that are going to be like, oh, where's this song? Where's Flip Preset? Where's All I Need? Where's all this rubbish? It's in the previous ones. I don't come complaining to me. But yeah, let's not waffle on too much, because it's going to be quite a long video. Let's get through this and see what we can, where we're going to rank everything. It's about 112, I think. Maybe some more by the time I actually finish the video, because I could keep releasing some new songs every fucking day, these lot. But let's see how we get on. Obviously, we're going to start off with the 10-year anniversary songs playlist even. And to be fair, let's just see how we rank them. So that is how this is going to go. We're going to show some clips whilst the song's playing, a brief overview of the song itself, and we'll then put it straight into its category. So of course we do start with the first one on this list. It's Everything Black, which I have put in the good category. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it could have been average, it could have been elite. To be fair, a lot of these songs can be up or down by 1 or 2. It's just very hard to kind of get them actually labelled on. But I went for good. It's not quite an elite category. It's better than average. I mean, it's quite catchy. I don't really know what else to say about it, to be fair. There's a lot of songs that are just, listening to it, and the vibe you get from listening to it is not really a, this song's good because of this, or bad because of this. I mean, that's pretty much the theme of this going on. So that's probably the longest I'll spend talking about one of the songs. Let's carry on. So pretty much the same explanation needs to be given for this song. It also goes in the good category. Same reasons, to be fair, exactly the same reasons. As I said, I won't waffle on too much about each song. I will be here for 3 hours. So let's get through them. That's going to go in the good category for exactly the same reasons as the last one. And next is Crab Rave. So, you've seen a familiar theme here, and I promise you there will be some outside the good category in this video. Just the 10-year anniversary songs tend to be quite good. That's quite a good theme across all of these. There's none below average. If you're expecting some to be below average in this playlist, there's none that fall below that category out of the 9 that are in here. So, we'll keep going, we'll keep ranking them. Obviously, I'm happy to debate these ones, but these 3 so far put them in good. That's just my opinion. Next is Nevada. Which Nevada in turn is by far my favourite out of this playlist. It's going to go in the lead. It is a tune. It is a tune. Like, there's no other way of describing it. It is a great song. It's a great one. It's one of them I'll never ever skip when it's on. If it comes on during the game, I listen to it. I even don't go into games just to listen to it, which is quite sad. But play it from time to time outside the game. It's quite nice to listen to. But yeah, I think that's the only elite one that's on this list though, so let's not jump the gun too much. There are some that it's hard to get in the elite category. The good one takes quite a lot, and so does average, but I mean, you'll see that when we come on to the next one. Next one is Disconnected. And we have our first average song here. It's just too, I don't know, too electric. I don't know how to describe it. It's too kind of like harsh on my ears for me. Not really a fan. I mean, it's alright. It's quite, you know, catchy or whatever, but it's not really one that I'd sit and listen to. It's a 50-50 one. If it's on, I wouldn't skip it, but I wouldn't purposely stop and be like, you know what, I'm going to put Disconnected on. And you can apply the same logic really to Alone. That's the next one. It's also going to be in the average category of exactly the same reasons. But listen, you'll find out over time in this video the different tiers have the same reasons. Like, genuinely they do. Obviously different songs will be different vibes and different reasons individually, but the main overall reason is that it's not really one that I'd listen to. If it was on, then, you know, I probably wouldn't skip it, but it's just going to be there. It's not really one I'll sit there and think, yeah, it's a tune. So let's keep going. We've got 3 more in this place to get through. And Strong was very close to being average, but I've put it in good category just because I feel like it is one of them. If you're in a good mood, it's a good song to listen to. It is one of them. You know, if it's on again, it can be one of them. If you're happy, you're sitting there, you're happy to listen to this. That's how I feel anyway. If it was on and I was in a good mood, I'd definitely be leaving it on. It's an energizing song. So we'll skip through 2 more to go in this playlist. Next is Are We Still Young? And the similar reasons for Disconnected is in average category. I feel like it's too harsh again. The drop that does calm me is just too much. I can't sit there and chill to it. It's almost just like, why I'm listening to this, and it's not really got any kind of good build up or anything like that. I mean, it's not poor because it is alright to listen to. Again, you see me repeating the same reasons, so we'll carry on. This is going to be average category, and Potions is our final one in this playlist. And complete set of the average category. We have 4 in average, 4 in good, and 1 in elite. That's the 10-year anniversary playlist. Potions, I mean, I don't have to repeat it, do I? Exactly the same reasons. It's almost just too boring for me. I don't really like the song. It's too slow. I don't really know what it's trying to do. It's not really been either or for me, and I can't sit there and listen to it really. I was close to putting in poor, but I thought, you know what, it can be a chill song, so I'll leave it average. But as you can see now, we are now coming on to the Monstercat Silk playlist. There's a fair few songs in this one. There's quite a lot of good ones as well, so we need to get through as quickly, and we'll start off with Glow. And we have to put Glow in the average category. I don't know, I just don't really enjoy the song. I think it's quite boring. I do. It takes way too long to get going as well. It's really a bit anticlimactic when it does get going. Doesn't really seem to have anything about it. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, as I said, with most of the average ones, you wouldn't skip it if it was on, but I can't put it any higher than average, to be fair. Now this is an example of what Glow should have been. It's a little bit more upbeat, it's a little bit better, so I'm putting it in the good category. I do enjoy it. It is one that, you know, it is a good song. It's good to have on. It has a good beat to it, a good rhythm to it. It's good, quite nice to have on in the background. So that's Dark Magic in a good category. Dreaming, this is a different one compared to the last 2. It's quite a more softer song, but it's still a good song in my opinion. I think it's a great song. I'm finding it hard to get words to describe these songs at the minute, because to be fair, it's just the way you like the vibe you get from it, and I do like it and enjoy Dreamers. I know a lot of people do as well, so most people won't be arguing where it is. Back Again tries to be one of them kind of slower songs, but it doesn't really hit at all. It's going in average. I mean, as I said, it has little good bits in it. It's not really the best song in the world, but it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's a bad song, but it's really just not that great. It's just, I really like the kind of slow vibe sometimes, just not really what I'd listen to be fair. And this is the example of a very, very good slow song. And people might be surprised by this, but I'm putting it in elite. It is very, very. I don't know what else to say really. It's a great song to have on. It's a really, really nice listen. It's chilled. It's laid back. Do you know what I mean? It's a good one. I like having it on. It's very, very chilled. It makes you relax quite a lot. So I'd happily leave Find You on. It's a second elite song so far. There's a lot of average songs in this playlist, and this is another one all I need for the same reasons as the previous ones. Really just a bit underwhelming. It really is just a bit shit, I can't lie. There's nothing really else to say about it. It's just not really one that I'd want to have on. Like if I was skipping through them, I wouldn't stop for all I need at all. And you can apply the same logic to Too Far. It is the same thing, really. I don't know what else to say. It's just not really hitting the spot for me. Portrait of You has good bits in it, but it's another average song, the third in a row here. We do actually have songs in the bottom two, don't worry, they're actually coming up very soon as well. But we don't, the average is kind of the main category as you've seen so far, and this one falls straight back into there as well. And just to top it off, we have yet another average song. Airborne is, I mean, like the most of the Silk ones, obviously the vibe they're going for, it's trying to be like a slow kind of, I don't really know how to describe it, chilled vibe. And this one just doesn't really hit. There's a few that do hit. Some might hit you more than it does me. For example, Find You, but some people might think it's shit, but an Airborne good. But in my opinion, these two just, the way they hit are completely different. Feels Like Home is a good example of a slower song, and that's why it's in the good category. I don't know what it is about it. I wouldn't be able to tell you the reason why some ones are better than others. It's just the way they are, the way the beat is, the way the words are, the way the voice itself. And yeah, there's not really much else to say on them other than the fact that it makes me feel a better way than the other ones. I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah. So finally, we don't have an elite song, we don't have a good song, we don't have an average song either. We have our first poor song. I don't really know what to say about this one though, to be fair. It's just a bit shit. I don't really like it. It just doesn't really make sense. The beat's a bit off. The kind of vibe it's going for just doesn't really make sense to me. I don't like it at all. But we're going back to the good category for Horizon, another one that might surprise people. It's quite like a soft song. You might think I'm a bit of a pussy for liking this one, but I don't know, I do enjoy it. It's a weird one. Some of them in these plays, it's a very fine line, these kind of slower, softer songs. They've got to be good and got to hit me, otherwise they are going to end up in the poor category. Like, I don't mind a slow song, but it's got to be a good one. And to finish off the silk category, we have Nibbana, which of course is going in average. We've reduced the size of them, there's that many in average now, and Nibbana, for the same reasons the others in this one, just really doesn't seem to have much about it. It's quite boring. I think it's very boring, so it's going to stay in average. But we're going to have some more lower down, don't worry, it's not me just throwing everything in average because I can't make a decision. As you can see, we have the probably three of the worst songs coming up, so you can imagine where these three are going to end up. And we'll start off with So Good. So these three songs don't cover themselves in glory, and we start off with our first skip song. I don't really know what to say about these three, to be fair. They're all very similar in the way they are, and they're all very shit. They just don't seem to have any kind of excitement about it. I get that can be a vibe sometimes, but these three are just, I mean this one specifically, just do not hit that for me at all. It's over, it's just too shit for me. I can't even put the words to it. And following in So Good's footsteps, Loca is also a skip song, second one, equally as shit, to be fair. Not really much else to say other than the fact it really just is, I don't know, it just cringes me out, it almost cringes me out. The skip songs tend to just cringe me out, I can't even sit there and listen to them. So this one does go up one. It's still a poor song, but it's got a little bit more to it than them two. It's a little bit more catchy, but it's still just like I couldn't sit there and listen to it. But it's better a little bit than them two. We have our second poor song in there, We Own the Night, and now we come on to some slightly better ones. Actually, a very mixed bag. This Sideswipe playlist, and we'll start off with Made for This. We're going back to the average category. To be fair, these are kind of very similar songs, all of these. They're obviously going for a certain vibe here with these songs, and Made for This ends up in average. However, Have Fun is going to go back all the way down to the skip category. I don't really know what they were trying to do with this. I can see the vibe they're going for, but for me it just irritates me. The song just annoys me, and if a song's going to annoy me, best believe I'm not going to fucking listen to it. Fading Wind is probably one of the best ones on this playlist. It's going to be in a good category. It hits the spot for me. It's one of them that kind of, obviously that vibe that they're going for is kind of very kind of electronic vibe they're going for. And this one seems to do well. I like this song. I like the vibe of it. I will eventually stop repeating the same words and just kind of move on. That's what I'm going to do now. That look, stark contrast to Fading Wind, is going to be in the skip category again. I'm sure you would have just heard it and reasons why, to be fair. I just don't like it. I mean, there's opinions and then there's reasons, and the reasons are generally the same. Like if I really just don't like a song and it annoys me, it's going to be going in the skip category. Dreams. Now this one takes a while to get going, however when it does it's definitely a good song. I feel like if it had a bit more to start with it could have been elite, but maybe, you know, I feel like the build up kind of leads to the good part of the song. The vocals in it are good. That's what kind of makes it a good song. If it was shit vocals probably wouldn't have done too well, and you know the beat and the music in the background is quite good, so he stays in the good category for me. And we're going to have to reduce our good size because Light Up is also a good song. You can see now the good and the average are a quarter of the size now. Light Up and Coven, by the way, you'll realise are the absolute powerhouse of this fucking game. The songs in this game are all the good ones are by them. And you'll notice the ones that they produce often, I think pretty sure all of them are in the top 2 from Coven. So if you see a Coven song, you should know where it's going. Mermaid, now this one just, I don't know, I didn't like the vibe of it at all. I really didn't. Like, it's going to be a poor song. I don't really know how to explain this one. I just didn't like the kind of vibe it was giving. It had potential, but it really didn't go there for me. And There and Back is also going to be in the skip category. See what I meant by a mixed bag here? We've got a lot of skip and a lot of good. It just shows how different and how kind of fine line there is on these types of songs. It's got to be good. So Water Resistant, probably the most common, like, well-known one. And I'm guarantee you'll hear it in a lot of people's player anthems, especially around about Plat level. Funny enough, this one's actually going an average. Okay. It is a very strange song. It's very kind of Mickey Mouse, high pitch, with a lot of auto-tune. I tend to not like them types of songs. This one just, it's really annoying, but I actually do like it. It's catchy. Like, I like it to an extent, but I can't like it too much because obviously I don't really like the voice in it. I don't like the auto-tune. It's too high pitch. It's too harsh on me, but it's such a strangely addictive song that it's going to have to find its way in average. And the last one, Control Me, is going to be our next poor song. Again, just the vibe I get from it just isn't the best. Similar reasons. I mean, people probably listen to these songs and think, yeah, this one's good, like he's gonna like this one, and then just see it drop into poor just for different reasons. Like, I can't really explain. It's just music, just the way it genuinely just makes you feel, isn't it? Like, there's no real other way of describing how you like a good song. I mean, especially with these types of songs, it's beat heavy. If the beat doesn't hit you the way you want it to, it's going to be a poor song or one down the bottom. So that's Sideswipe plays. We've now got a big one to follow. We've got the Monstercat 2021. This is all the songs that kind of unplaylisted in 2021 that released on the game, and there's quite a fair few. So we'll start off with My Mind. So it's obviously a long play as you'll get through, and My Mind, the first one, is our first average song. There's a few by Tony Romero here. There's actually one later on for some reason. It wasn't in the row. I don't know why I did it like that. But yeah, it's a chilled song. By all means, it's definitely a chilled song. It could have been poor. The beat, the drop's really not good. The vocals saved it for me though, so that's what puts it in average. However, Boogie is going to be in our poor category. It didn't have the beat, and it also didn't have the vocals like My Mind did, but it's not that bad that I'd skip it. It's not that bad. It's kind of catchy, but I just don't like the kind of vibe. I mean, it's alright, don't get me wrong, it's alright. It could have maybe been an average, but I feel like I had to put it in pause because I wouldn't probably listen to it. VHS, for similar reasons, is going to be in poor as well. Tony Romero's got some alright songs, some of them just, I don't know, it's similar vibe to Boogie, it just didn't really seem to hit me. It's just not my type of song, let's put it that way. So we are jumping very high now. We are going back into the elite category, our third elite song, Change. What a tune, what an absolute banger, such high energy, I love it. The whole thing's just good. Like Sky L is good. Sky L is in a lot of good songs. I think she was in the a couple that I put in elite last time I did this video. She's pretty good. If they did a song between COVID and Sky L, I reckon it'd smash the fucking elite category and it'd be a one above it. Move on, gonna be average.
Okay.
It's similar to my mind. A lot of the songs here are kind of similar in their own kind of like similar the way they are, like the vibe and the beat. They're very similar. And Move On's very similar to my mind. I said similar about 4 times, but you get my point. So Shadow is, I was going to say similar again. Shadow is kind of the same as My Mind. That's a better way to put it. Good vocals, really good vocals. The beat really doesn't seem to do it justice. If it did, if these 2 songs, My Mind and Shadow, had a good beat, it could be definitely higher. The vocals are great. The kind of build up's great, but the beat drop lets it down. Saviour, this is again very similar, but this one's going up 1 to good. If the beat drop was good and less kind of harsh, in my opinion, it would definitely be an elite song. The build up and the vocals are great. I love them. It's just the kind of beat drop doesn't quite keep it in elite for me. I feel like it'd give me a headache after a while. So Moondance is one of them. If you're into sax, fair enough, but I'm not into sax, so it's a poor song. I just find it boring. It is catchy, don't get me wrong, it's catchy, and I can see it being like a catchy song for some people. Some people probably fucking love that song, but for me, I'm not really into the kind of saxophone stuff, so it's going to be poor. And the first of the Athena songs, people don't know who Athena is, famous Rocket League YouTuber. Unfortunately for her, she's going in the poor category for her first one, Eternal. I don't really like the words. The words cringe me out a bit, I can't lie. And I don't know, the beat's okay, but the vocals let it down. You see how it's kind of interchange between these 2 things. The kind of build up of them tends to dictate where they're going, but poor for me. Endgame, there's just no need for such a ridiculous drop. It's too much. It's going to be poor as well. We're building up some poor songs here, and that's not what you want to see. You want to see some more in the higher categories. Generally, it's more in the higher than the lower. So we're doing alright so far. But Endgame, I cannot listen to that drop. It gives me headaches. Like, it's just too much. There's too much going on. Just keep it nice and chill. There's no need to be that strong. Keep up the pace. You'll probably hear this song if you score on the Deadeye Canyon map. The season 4 song this was, I remember, and it's going to be average. Okay. Slightly better drop for me. It's very catchy, it's very upbeat, it's very energetic. I like that. I don't know, I just don't really get good enough vibes putting in good, but it's a decent enough song. Orbit's the first one of Ellis out of 2. You can see the next one, the taste, but this one's going to be poor. I don't know. I didn't like this at all. Didn't like it. It was boring. It was too boring for me. I didn't like it. Nothing in the song excited me. The taste, Ellis is going to got 1 just into average, okay. Slightly better than Orbit. Similar things as usual. The vocals are good. The drop doesn't seem to tend to me too much. It could be better, and it really could improve the song, but it's okay. The combination of the two just puts it in average for me. And again, the same thing, same points I've been making about inertia. Gonna put it in average.
Okay.
The vocals, the build-up is incredible. The beat drop is way too much. It doesn't need to be like that. There's no need to be like that. You've got such a good song there. Make a better drop, and you're winning. I just can't deal with that.
Smoke is scanning to the sky. You can't believe your senses.
Night Runners. So this is one where it's not really one or the other. Both of them are quite average. So the vocals and the beat are average. You can see where it's going. Average category. So they're both kind of middle of the range, which is fine. I don't mind it. It's not one or the other. I just like both could be improved, and you know, by all means, it's not a bad song, but it could definitely be better. So I think our only skip song of this playlist is this one, Enter M. I don't really see what's to get excited about this, or what's to like about this song. Doesn't strike me with anything. It's just so fucking boring, and it's so bad in my opinion. And as soon as I hear that first bit, it's instantly getting skipped for me. Yeah, this was the other Tony Romero song I was speaking about. Dangerous is actually his best one for me. It's going to go in the good category. I love the vibe. I love the singer. I don't know what the singer is. I don't know who it is. Can't remember. It'll be in the featuring, but I can't remember who it is. Great vibe. Great start of the song. Again, the kind of drop the beat in the middle, the musical instrumental bit in the middle, kind of lets it down. If it almost didn't have that, I feel like it would be elite, and it was close to being elite, because the female singer is quality, and I love it. I love the vibe I get from her, but can't do the rest of it. Collapse, and how many times am I going to say this about this kind of beat drop combination? Again, it's average.
Okay.
It could be so much better. The build up is great. The build up is quality. If some of these songs are just a better, more chilled beat drop instead of such a harsh beat for no reason, it could definitely be higher. So, Bad as Computer were a very big part of the last one, and I have full of compliments for them in the last one. However, for this first song, their first song on this list is going in the poor category. I just didn't like the vocals at all. The beat's okay. I don't really know how to describe it. Because the mix of the two just don't hit me with a good song. It's not really catchy. The vibe just off for me. It doesn't feel right.
To feel like you're on your own. No one should have to dance alone on tonight.
Memory Bank, our next song, we're going to join one of the many in this place in the poor category. The beat's not complimented, the vocals aren't good. It could even be skip, this one, but I thought I'd be nice because it is semi, you know, you can listen to it for a bit, but it's one of them I wouldn't keep on. I wouldn't instantly skip it, but if I heard it and realised I was listening to this song, I probably would eventually skip it. So Scared, it could have gone one or two ways here. It could have gone up or down, either one's what I'm putting it in, but I'm going to average. Okay. I really do like the beat in this. I do like the instrumental and the vocals a bit. It could have gone either or. It's almost like too boring for good. but I feel like the vocals and the mixers make it too good for poor, so you can see why I'm stuck in the middle for there. You're noticing how there's a lot of the same reasons. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, and I can appreciate it's probably going to frustrate a lot of people that are waffling too much for the songs, but I like to try and give an insight as to why I'm putting these here without just doing it aimlessly. So we're going to move on now to Monstercat 2022, which will take even longer. There's more songs in that one, so let's get into that, and we're going to start off with Get To You.
I gotta get to you.
So we've got a lot to get through here, so I'll try and cut it down quite a lot for 2022. This is our first song, Get To You, and it's going in the skip category. I'm sure you could probably tell that was coming from the second it started playing. Horrendous song. I don't really know what they were going for here, to be honest. It's just way off. Way off, kind of, I don't know, the beat's just awful. So I think this was the song for season 9. I think it might have been season 9. I might be wrong. Please correct me if I am wrong. But I do believe this is a poor song. It's not quite skip. It's just not really. I see what vibe they're going for, but not only do I not really like that kind of vibe, but it's not really hit me in any way, to be honest. And the 2022 play starts off with some absolute howlers, and I think you'll see them coming. There's only one or two that end up above average in these first few. This is another poor song. Again, for same reasons. I don't really see the point in it. Like, I get it's meant to be catchy, it's meant to be kind of like energetic, but it just doesn't do that. I don't like the beat at all. It doesn't really flow with me at all, really. So it's gonna be poor. So there's absolutely no surprises where this is going, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree. The most disturbing song on the game by a fucking mile. It's going straight into the skip category. As soon as I hear that intro, it's just not happening, and it doesn't even have any kind of beat during the song at all. It's just constant bass, which is just shit. So this is a bit of a rogue one, a bit of an anomaly throughout these first two. This is actually going to go in the lead, Lost and Found. Faint is actually through here quite a lot, and he has some very good songs as well. And surprise, surprise, guess who was singing in this song? Sky L. Literally, Sky L is every good song on this game she's involved in. Every song she's involved in, it's good. So big props to her.
Ain't it funny how you wanna be the best, but you can't even get up and get dressed? Wasted, face it, you're never gonna make
this song, again, kind of more of a different vibe to what we're used to in this tier list, but for me, it doesn't really hit, so it's going to be poor for me. I get the kind of indie vibe they're going for, that's what you want to call it, but again, for me, it doesn't really appeal to me at all. So the second edition, but the first edition is list of Moment by Athena, and this is the world's version with the Isaac bloke rapping in it as well. It's slightly better than its original, but it's still an average song. It was improved from the remix. The rapper made it slightly better, and I think it was more dramatic song instead of more like just a laid back one like the original is. But it's slightly better. I wouldn't turn it off if it was on, but again, I wouldn't really put it on either.
Talk to the goat.
Now I absolutely hate these types of songs, so it's going to be skipped for me. I cannot deal with the mix of the two, and the rapping's not even good. The rap is not good, and it's also a shit beat as well. So what else do you expect? So for the second time so far, as I'm sure you lot will know where this is going, given what I said earlier about Coven, we're going straight up from skip to elite again for Lions. What a tune this is! What an absolute banger! It's probably one of the best in the game. Like completely, I'd probably even put it top 3 or close to it. It is an incredible song. It proper. I don't even know how to describe it really. Just listen to the song, you'll see what I mean.
Stand what you said to me, to me, to me.
And we have another skip song. There's so many bad songs in this first bit, and they continue to come as well. I just don't really see what this song's trying to go for here. It's trying to be kind of edgy and laid back, but the beat drop is horrendous. It sounds like a fucking broken radio. That's going to skip for me. I can't deal with that. So Whipped Cream is back, unfortunately, because we have another skip song here. Angel doesn't get any better in this one either. Very similar to Cry, marginally better, but still an instant skip for me. I just don't really see what everyone's. If there's anyone who likes this song, I'd love to know why. Now this could be, I think, a strong contender for the worst song on the game. Another skip song. What on earth is this beat? What on earth is it going for? I don't understand what this is even trying to be. Is it just trying to deafen you? Trying to make you fucking hospitalised by headaches or what? I don't get it. It is the worst beat I've ever heard. It's trying to split your ears open. And for, I think third, it might even be fourth in a row here, we're going with another skip song. These songs, some of these songs in this playlist are shocking. It does turn around later on, so don't expect these all to be shit. But I just don't understand what this is. Some of these, what were they thinking? It could have potential, this one, but it just really does not hit at all. It's just really bad. So this one saves yourself a little bit. It goes up to poor. It's still a bad song, don't get me wrong. It probably could have been skip as well, but it's not as bad as the other ones, to be fair. It's still bad though. I don't know what it is. Godlands appears quite a lot throughout this, and just all of these songs just seem to be pretty shit, I can't lie. It's not one I'll be listening to that frequently. Following from that, another poor song, Hit List. Again, the combination of the instruments just doesn't work for me. I don't like the kind of, how do I even describe it? The thing in the background, the voice in the background, can't deal with it, alright? Not having it. And continuing the poor skip category theme, we're going to have another poor song here, Who We Are. For the same reasons, all of them are the same reasons. The beat, for me, it just does not make any sense. I don't really know who's out there that likes this kind of beat, but obviously it is for them to keep making it.
I'm lost in Nirvana, but if I'm honest, I get my feels when I want you.
And continuing again, we've only had 3 out of how many? Fucking like 15 that they've played. It's another poor song. We've had 3 above the average category, and it's not really doing itself any favours, this playlist so far. And yeah, another poor song for obvious reasons. So this one, more of a party song, more of a high energy song, and to be fair, it's not that bad at all. It's going to be average.
Okay.
It could have maybe gone up one, but I just think it's not really the best song. I could have easily put it in good, to be fair, but I'll keep it just in average. It was marginal, but it's just going to stay at average for me. And surprise, surprise, another Coven song, and you know exactly where it's going, don't you? Elite category. What a tune this is. You've got the mixture of the kind of slow violin, wherever it is in the back, with the drum and bass kind of the beat drop. It's just incredible. Coven just absolutely destroy everyone on these lists.
Over like I am.
So, continuing on a better note, Stained Glass is going to be a good song. It's very chilled. I like this chilled beat for once. They've actually kind of got it spot on. I think it's bad computer as well in that, so that explains that. They tend to be quite good as well. And then, yeah, good song for me.
Everything will be okay.
And we have another good song here, Good Time, quite well named. Again, another kind of party, high energy song, and it does well. It does do well. I don't really know what else to say about it. It does well. I wouldn't go into the details about it too much, but the bass and the beat really come well together, and it's a good song for me. So still on a relatively decent note, falling off is going to be average.
Okay.
There's an odd one this because it's quite like a chilled party song, but I like the beat to it. I like the kind of laid back beat, but sometimes it can go all wrong, and sometimes it can do really well, but this one's kind of sitting in the middle for me. I don't mind it at all.
You know I'm feeling good like that. So what you gonna do? And I can't stop thinking about you. What you gonna do?
So I was torn between two for this one. It could have been Skip, but I'm putting in Poor. It saves itself a little bit because it's kind of catchy, but again, it's not really one that I'd listen to at all. I don't like the vocals at all, and there's no kind of beat in there really. If it wasn't relatively catchy, it'd 100% be Skip, but I'm going to leave it in Poor. We had a saxophone song earlier, and I put it in a Poor category, I do believe. This one, however, I think was a season 6 song with the Nomster and the big fucking Tic Tac car. It's not as bad. It's going to be average for me, though. As I said, I don't really like saxophone songs, but this one's not that bad. It's very kind of catchy as well. And, you know, I've obviously had to listen to it several times in the loading screen. It's not kind of made me annoyed yet, so...
Feel it touch so hard it burns. Isn't something you could learn. It's natural.
So the remix of Cinema actually itself will come later on, and just like I think actually no, in contrast to Moment, I think they're very similar level. The remix doesn't really change much, but it's going to be an average song again. They kind of save it with a little bit of kind of fast-paced bass and beat going on, kind of gives it a bit more energy, but the vocals are not a big fan of. It could have been good if it had better vocals, but also could have been poor if the beat wasn't too good, so it's going to be average. I wonder where you lot think this is going to go. There's only one answer in there. It's going to be Elite. Coven again. They just absolutely smash every song. All we needed, what a tune. What an absolute tune. The vocals, I can't remember what her name is, but the woman in Coven smashes it every time.
I'll let you drag me to hell if you hold my hand.
So some of you might be a bit surprised by where I'm putting this one. It is similar vibe to that kind of like emo song vibe that some of them seem to be making. However, this is going to be average for me. it is actually relatively alright, to be fair. The beat's good, there are some good bits in it. If the beat drop kind of wasn't as harsh in between the kind of vocals, it could have definitely been a good song. Because of that kind of harsh bit in the middle, it just kind of ruins it for me. But it's by all means not anywhere near as bad as the other ones in this one.
You told me that this was gonna be so hard. And maybe I was meant to be lonely. 'Cause
So we've had a good run of songs and we're continuing it with another elite song here, Falling Apart. What a tune. What an absolute tune. It gets way better. The song just gets better and better as we carry on. But it is by all means a great song. Very, very good song. The beat is quality. The final bit just tops it off. It's just such a good song overall. Just Wanna Love. So this is one that I probably wouldn't normally like, but it seems to be very catchy. It seems to just take me off guard a little bit, but I do actually like it. I don't know why. I don't really know why I like it, but it's good for me. It is a good song for me. And that's what I've got to say about it, really. It could have been average maybe, but it is very catchy and high energy. And I do like Conroe a bit, so it's going to go in good for me. Right, we're nearly at the end now. Out of the Dark is unfortunately going back down to poor. The beat just ain't it. The beat just is not it for this song. Again, I see what they're going for, but they've not done it very well.
it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
So Moment, I mentioned earlier the remix was better. However, I think Moment's still just about an average song. It could have been poor. It obviously has that kind of relaxed, high energy kind of song to it. It's a good song. It's all right. I mean, it's not really one that I'd listen to. Again, the lyrics of Athena do kind of cringe me out a bit. I don't know why, but I don't mind this one. It's okay. It's gonna be average.
I can feel the fire now. Every time I dream of you, I see.
So Cinema, I did mention the remix is better, and that is the case here as well. Cinema is going to be in the poor category. For some reason, Sicko has got into poor as well. So what I'll do, I'll just play this song for you next, even though you already know where it's going to go. But yeah, Sicko's going to go in poor. I must just not have said that too well. It's Godlands again. I don't really know what this guy's playing at. He needs to sort his shit out.
Find your way back.
Anyway, this should be fixed better now. Way Back is our next song. We're very, very close to the end now. Way Back is another average song. You know what it is about Conroe? Conroe just seems to make these kind of high energy, happy songs that just seem to do well. The happy vibe doesn't tend to hit me too much, but this one does well. Conroe just seems to be good. Conroe, Coven, Bad Computer, Faint, they seem to be the kind of powerhouses of this at the minute. We have another Godlands song, and to be fair, this guy just needs to sort his shit. There's so many songs from Godlands, and they're all bad. Like, I don't think it's one above poor, and this one's going in skip. Again, I don't get this guy's vibe. Like, what is he trying to do? He's like trying to murder someone's fucking speaker, giving it all different types of sounds possible.
What you know about?
So the four final songs in this double tap is going in the skip category because it's the most ridiculous beat again I've ever heard. Why are they going for such a ridiculously harsh beat to try and kill people's ears again? I don't get it. And all of these songs like this will always end up in skip for me. I cannot sit there and listen to something so ridiculous. So Arise, it's going for that kind of chilled out vibe, and for me it's an average song. It maybe could have been one up, one down, depending on the mood I'm in. If I'm in that chilled mood, it could be a good song, but if I'm, you know, not in the mood for that kind of thing, it'll be poor. So it's going to stay an average, just as in between. So right through, we're going to finish off on quite a bad note here. We're going to finish off on a poor song right through. Again, I see the vibe they're going for. The vocals though, I don't really know what's happening with them. And the beat's not the best either, so it's going to stay in poor. So our last song of 2022 Monstercat, finally we're here, and what an awful way to finish it. Fucking hell, another skip song. Shocking. What is this song? What? Oh mate, I can't even get words out for these songs anymore. It's funny, this is the producer Falling Apart, which is an absolute banger. I can't say his name, or their name, whoever it is, if it's a woman, man or woman, I don't know. But this is just awful. I don't know what the vibe is trying to be here. It's trying to be like emotional, but the beat is shocking. The vocals are awful. They're way too like robotic for me. I can't deal with it. But that's 2022. A lot of skip and poor have been filled out by that playlist. But we've got a fair amount of elite in there as well now. So maybe we can reach a couple more elite songs in the next few. But I guarantee it's not going to be any in these next 5. I can tell you that for sure. We're going to start with the Lo-Fi Girl playlist next, which, as I said, you probably tell I don't really like these, so let's get into the first one, just Flying Sled. So Flying Sled is the first one. I told you that these 4 won't do very well, and the first one is a skip song. All of these 4 don't go above poor. There are 2 in skip, and it's 2 in skip for good reason. This one just doesn't have anything about it, and all of these songs are boring, but at least 2 of them have something about them, which kind of puts them up one level. You'll see that later on. But Flying Sled for me is just a skip song. I can't even bear it. First Note is one of them that is in the poor category, that has a little bit more about it. I know these songs are meant to be laid back, they're meant to be chilled, they're meant to be as kind of low tempo as possible, but I was falling asleep listening to these. I really cannot listen to these. At least First Note has something about it, but it's still something I would never listen to. Winter Morning is another example, one that is absolutely shocking and has nothing about it. It's going to be skipped for me. If I see this come on, I know which one. I know which ones they are. I know which ones have something about it. The other 2 that are going to be in poor, at least if it's on and I realise it's on, I probably wouldn't skip it straight away. Whereas these 2 I would, because it's just boring and make me fall asleep. As I said, at least Monday has something about it that probably makes you think, you know what, it's semi-decent, but it's really not. Again, it's poor. It could be skip. I mean, all of them could be skip, but these 2 at least have something about them that kind of gives the song something, so they could be poor. That was a quick 4. Now we can move on to our last plays. I think there's something like 15 songs in Monstercat 2023, so we're nearly there. We're nearly at the end of our total of 114 songs. We're just pushing into 100 now, and we start off, I don't even have to say this, but we start off with this song. So we start off on the average front. It's a semi-decent song, has a little bit about it, semi-catchy, but it's just not really anything better than that. It could be better, it could be way better. It could even be a good song maybe, but I just thought it is just a bang average song in my opinion. So, Take Me Into Space. Some people might be surprised why I put this, but it's good. It's going to be a good song for me. I think it's a great song. I think it's so catchy. I love it. It is a great vibey song. It's very, very good. I could definitely listen to this. It could have even been elite. The end beat drop is quality. I just love it. I don't know why. There's a fine line between this could have been a very bad song if it had just didn't have the little bit about it. It's a very fine line that can drop it very far down this list. But for me, it's a good song. So, the song of season 10, Oasis, the season we're currently in, Oasis. For me, it's a skip song. I can't bear it. I think it's so boring. I'm just kind of waiting for something to happen, and nothing ever does. It is depressing. I just can't seem to understand what it's going for here, and it just really just doesn't even get anything from me. So, the kind of a midpoint of a very bad run we've got here of songs is another poor song, Sapphire, again for similar reasons. Very dull. Expecting something to happen. It's got a little bit in there, but it's still just not good enough to be anything above poor for me. And applying the same logic to Golden, exactly the same thing. This could have maybe been average, but it's staying in poor for me. It was on the border, but I think this one just missed out. There's little bits of kind of good bits of the song, I don't know how to describe it, little bits of quality in there, but it's just not good enough to put it any higher than poor. And for the third one in a row, Mirror is also a poor song. The beat drop in this song was just so bad. Like, it's so bad, and that's what kind of put it in poor. The vocals and the build up was alright. I was thinking maybe average, and then the beat drop comes in. I just can't put it any higher. It's just not good enough. So Coben might be the only, you call him, artist that can remix a song and maybe even make it better. It's going to be elite. This is probably one of the top songs in this game. What an absolute tune. Gets all the good bits from Lions and improves it. And I don't think they were able to do that in this, but they have done. What a song this is. So a second one from Coben in the row. This one's not quite as good as the rest. It's going to be still good though for me. As I said, Coben songs don't go any lower than good. So if you see a Coben one, you know exactly where it's going. This one just kind of didn't hit as much as I thought it would do. Maybe it's because they partnered up with Shock 1, I think it was. Maybe they just took away a little bit from them. But yeah, good song for me. It's not quite an elite. However, Do My Own Thing, this is an absolute banger. It's elite for me. What a tune. I didn't expect it. When I first heard this song, I was thinking, you know what, when it's first loading screen song, I thought it ain't that good, and then the beat drop comes, and it's so good. It's unbelievably catchy. You catch me head bopping whilst I'm sat in the fucking main menu. So Do My Own Thing is going to be our elite song. I've only got one more. I think I've got a space in there. We'll have to reduce them. And there's definitely one more elite song to come, so I'll let you figure out what that one is. He's most definitely not hit my line. We're going all the way from top to bottom to skip here. What a shocking song this is. The beat, again, the beat drop in this one is just awful. It's horrendous. I was kind of hoping the second one would be better, but it's even worse than the first beat drop in the song. So it's going to be skipped for me. Feel Again could have been something alright, but it's poor. It is poor, and it's another one of them songs which doesn't seem to have much about it. To be fair, it really could have been something, there is potential, but it's poor. This one's a strange one because I've been quite critical of these types of songs. This one just seems to get me quite a good way. So it's good, this song. I get a very good vibe from it. Very chilled out, very relaxed, very laid back, and I just like the beat. I like the vocals as well. It's a strange one. I've kind of been negative against these ones, but this song for some reason just gets me way happier than the rest of them. So it's good for me. So another Coven song, as I said, it could be elite or good, but it's going to be good, this one. The previous two Coven songs haven't quite hit the heights of the previous ones in this list. I think there's 4 in elite from Coven, and I think there's 4 in good. It just shows how good they are. But yeah, this one wasn't quite to standard again. The beat wasn't as good as I was expecting. It could have been elite if it had a better beat, but that's not going to be any better than good. We've got 2 more to go. The next one is our actual current loading screen, the current loading music, and it's the newest song in the game so far. So as I said, the current loading screen, it's not the best song in the world, but it's not terrible. It's going to be average.
Okay.
As it is the newest song on the game. There's one left because I didn't realise it was in unreleased tracks. It wasn't even in any place, and I thought, where's Rave, the most famous song on the game? And it's probably best to leave it till last. So, I said there'd be one more Elite song, and it is this, the most famous Rocket League song, I believe, to date, one of the most views, the most streams, whatever. This song, Rave, what an absolute banger. Definitely top 5 in the game, and it is a great one to finish off. We had to finish off on a good one, and Rave just had to top it off. Yeah, I didn't realise this was in the unreleased tracks, but it is definitely on the game. I was looking for it. I think I missed it, but it was in the bottom of the playlist. So there it is. That is our song tier list. Rave was a great way to finish. Some very interesting songs, but there's only 11 in Elite compared to last time. We had a lot more than that. There's a lot more in poor and skip last time. There's a lot more in average and good and stuff like that. And this time is significantly more spread out, which I guess is a good thing. It reaches more kind of audiences, I guess. But from my point of view, there's way more towards the bottom than there is towards the top compared to the first list, and maybe that just shows they go in the wrong direction, but maybe other people will disagree. By all means, have your opinions. I'd love to hear your opinions on what my opinions are, if that makes any sense. Criticise me all you want, I'd love to know. Hope you haven't made any mistakes. I won't know that just yet. I probably will point them out in the comments if I've made any mistakes in missing songs or not ranking songs or skipping past them, whatever. I'm not giving an explanation. I'll happily correct that in the comments if need be. This was the song tier list part 2. Might have a part 3 in a couple of years time when there's more songs come out. This is as far as we're up to date. I think 114 songs on top of the 136, was it, that released in the previous video. I'm looking to do a player anthem one. People have been asking for that player anthem tier list, but it's very hard for me to find the full list of tier list player anthem songs. I'll get around to it if I can. If I can do it, I will be doing it as another tier list. I know people enjoy these, but yeah, this was every song in the game since the last one. I think it was like February 2021 or something. I released the last one. So every song since then, they're all on this list, and obviously this is how my opinions are. And as I said, please disagree with me if you want to, but please understand that we all have opinions, and this is my preferences. If you're going to think something skip should be elite, fair enough, but I don't agree with that, so don't come at me with insulting me for no reason. But there we go, that is a song tier list for 2023, and I'll hopefully do another one of these soon.